Good morning. I'm Rose from Grandma Rose's Open Pantry, and it is raining, thundering, and lightning here. Well, not so much thundering and lightning right now, but it's really raining. But we had some vegetables in the garden that needed picking, so Roy took the umbrella. Roy took the umbrella.
It's a little rainy outside, but that doesn't stop you.
He took the umbrella outside, and we're not superstitious about opening umbrellas in the house. So for you young ones that have never heard that when we were growing up, you never opened an umbrella in the house. It was bad luck. But we're not superstitious, so that doesn't matter. But he went out, he picked green beans, he picked squash, he picked cucumbers, and I just wanted to show y'all this morning.
Did you say green beans?
There's
some green pole beans, Rose.
Don't holler.
Okay, don't holler.
You got on a mic, yeah. This is our first harvest of green beans this year. And I want you to look at these green beans. I'm going to come up close and let you see. They are beautiful. But at that. We're sharing with the deer this year, though. We have a big buck that comes in our garden. But he leaves us some. He eats a little bit, but he leaves us enough that we've harvested all these. I'm going to stir fry these today. Honey, I've shown y'all our squash before, but we've got cucumbers, we've got squash. Now this is just what we picked yesterday. Kale and Promise are here. So, and a banana.
You want a pepper for the green beans?
Banana pepper.
Just beginning to get peppers. We've given some away.
Now y'all know we
Guess what that is?
We had these last year. Snake squash.
She's been putting the shorter ones in
the smaller ones.
The bean salad.
Bean salad. So this one will be stir fried. Okay.
Our tomatoes are just starting.
Our tomatillas.
Okay.
Not tomato.
That's right, tomatillas.
Okay, they're just starting, and I'm going to take y'all out to the garden, and I'm going to show y'all how a tomatilla grows.
They may not have umbrellas.
Not today.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't want them to get wet.
No, we're not going out there today. It is so wet, but it is so neat. You see this little husk right here? I'm going to show you. I'm going to come a little bit closer. All right, I've shown y'all before. It's got a little husk on it. I'm peeling this husk off. You see that? Well, I'll use this one today.
That happened
But let me tell you.
Picked too small, but
yeah,
that's what they look like.
All right, Roy, tell them how this grows.
All right. When the bloom comes on, and then the little yellow bloom falls off, then a small one of these, this little umbrella, is left on, and it looks sort of like that, just very small. And then it keeps growing, and I've got some out there bigger than a baseball right now. But there's nothing in it at first.
It's just that husk.
But then inside, deep inside, the little tomatilla starts growing, and it fills out the husk from the middle outward. And this husk protects it the whole time it's growing from insects getting on it or anything.
So we are just so excited about our tomatillas. Yeah, it's the first year we've grown them.
Vines are loaded.
We had no idea that that's how it worked, but it is so neat. So on a pretty day, I'm going to take y'all out and show you. We've already harvested cucumbers out of our garden that I've used in lots of salads, and I just like eating cucumbers with salt and pepper. So these are some we got yesterday, and then the kids, Promise and Kale, went out yesterday, and they picked all these squash. Now, most of these are off of our new squash vines. Our old squash vines have just about, we picked a few, but they've just about had it now. They've produced all they're going to produce. The vines are going down. But Roy planted another crop, and they're called criminal squash, and we had some of those last year. Tell them what a criminal squash is, honey.
Criminal squash is a single vine squash. These squash are just regular straight neck squash, and they'll grow vines that may grow in several directions.
And they grow huge.
And they basically, you can train them up on a pole or a wire, but with the criminal squash, it's very easy because they grow on a singular stalk like that. And if you'll just keep tying the stalk off, you can grow it in just one area this wide because you're growing it vertically instead of having it spread out like this. And they also, the criminal squash, also produce longer. They'll produce for 2 or 3 months if you'll just take care of your vines.
So we're going to have squash for about another 6 weeks. So that's the way we sustain our food. Roy plants different stages, and that way we can have food all.
Yeah, I've got some squash just coming up too.
Yeah, and he's got little squash coming up. And yes, we do have, when it gets really, really nice, in the 90s for weeks at the time, we have a little issue with keeping the vines up. But if we water them good,
they keep making.
So I just wanted to show y'all our bounty this morning. And I had a big ham bone. I've got it in a pot back here. I'm going to make soup today. It's rainy. It's not chilly, but it's rainy. It's just a good day for soup. Kale and Elena are going to eat supper with us, and they love soup. So I'm going to make some vegetable soup. I've got some chicken in my little Instapot over here. I'm making my son Michael some bow tie pasta and noodles and chicken, which he loves. So it's going to be a busy day around here. Plus, Kale and Promise are here to help me. So I just wanted to come on and show y'all.
And our tomatoes are just beginning to turn a little bit. Our tomatoes were later this year. I put them in later than I normally do.
And some of our tomatoes, we've got 15 on the vine. And so far, they are doing really, really well. And this rain, I'm telling you, it came at a good time because we were dry. So, but I just wanted to show y'all my bounty. My green beans, my cucumbers, my snake squash, my yellow squash. So, I'm going to stir fry these later today. And we're giving a lot of squash away. We're giving some to our neighbors. I fry squash about every other day. I stir fry squash. I'm not putting it in the freezer this year because I don't like squash out of the freezer. So what we don't eat, we give to our neighbors. We give away. We give to our daughter, our niece up the road. So, but I just wanted to show y'all what my husband, my sweet, sweet husband, took an umbrella and went out to the garden because it needed picking this morning. So I just wanted to put a feather in his cap this morning. So I love y'all, and thank y'all for joining me. And subscribe to my channel. Roy and I are about to. I'm not going to snap these. What I do, I just take this little end. They have 2 little ends right here. That one and this little sharp end. I just take them off and I'll stir fry them whole. Now, if they're extra long, I may snap them in 2. But usually when I stir fry, I try to leave them whole. Now, if I was going, and these are stringless. These do not have any strings on them, which are wonderful, wonderful. But we'll just go in the sunroom, sit at the table, watch the rain, and we'll just take this little end off. So thank y'all for joining me this morning. I know this is short, but I just wanted to show y'all what Roy and I were up to today and just put a feather in his cap for going out to the garden. And I love y'all, and I'll see you next time.